You could be making thousands of dollars a month selling simple Instagram automations to dentists, lawyers, roofers, really any business with an Instagram profile. These businesses are posting content over and over and they're frustrated. They're not getting leads, they're not getting sales, and they feel like Instagram is just a waste of time. But the problem isn't Instagram. It's that they're doing it all wrong. There's no lead capture, no follow-ups, no automation, just missed opportunities. And the truth is, they have no idea how any of this works. Wow, an atrocious website. I mean, I would never work with this dentist person. That's where you come in. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find thousands of business owners, offer them a plug and play Instagram automation, and turn it into passive income that makes you $300 to $500 per client every single month. You don't need to code, you don't need to run ads, and you don't need any experience because I'm giving you all of the automations and walking you through my complete system step by step, completely free. Full screen this video and let's lock in. First, let me show you how you can find these business owners for free just using Google. So let's say you want to target dentists in Miami. So simply type something like this. So that tells Google you're looking within Instagram and you're looking for a Miami dentist and you're looking for people who are looking for clients to DM them. I'll show you what I mean here. And so when you type that, you'll see that it pulled up a bunch of Instagram profiles that are saying DM to book. So you can see that it says DM to book your appointment. And so just like that, we know that DMing is part of their marketing strategy. This is how we're going to find really targeted leads. Now let's look at another one here. This one here, for example, and you can see Bright Smiles Dentist. And again, they're saying DM to book. Now, if we look at their profile, we can see that it's really not optimized. Like if we just go over to their website, let's say, which is the main thing in your bio, we can see this is, wow, an atrocious website. I mean, I would never work with this dentist personally, but this is kind of the bar that it's at. And even when we saw posts with DM me and, look at the low number of comments, they probably don't even have any automations when someone leaves a comment. They probably don't even have someone getting back to someone when they do get DM. Maybe their receptionist like replies once a week. So right off the bat, these people might be great at dentistry, but they're not good at Instagram marketing. And this is going to be a gold mine for you. Now, I did this with dentists in Miami, but you could do fitness coaches in LA. You could do roofers in Sydney or lawyers in London. It really doesn't matter. This will work no matter where you are. So then what you would then do is you would find all of these contacts, make a simple spreadsheet and start putting them into your Google Sheets, for example, or Excel, and just create your lead list like this. These are going to be all the people that you reach out to. And then if you want to find their email addresses, just go on their website. Typically it's listed there, or sometimes it's even in their Instagram profile. So copy down their email address as well. And of course, being that it's Instagram, you could also just DM them when you're ready with your pitch. Now, obviously this method works, but it takes time. Now, if you don't want to do this manually, then I have a 100% automated way of doing this as well, where it scrapes the profiles for you, filters out the bad ones, and even emails them directly and adds them to your CRM so you can keep track of everything. And all of this happens 100% automatically. I have a separate video that goes through the entire process if you want to check that out, and I'll link it down below. And later in this video, I'll share how you can get this complete blueprint for free so you can do the same thing without having to do it manually. All right, so what exactly are you selling these business owners? Well, you're not going to be selling them some complex marketing funnel or website or any kind of services that you're going to have to run and maintain manually. No, you're going to be giving them something that's going to be essentially fully automated for you, and something way more valuable for them because you're actually going to be giving them a system to generate leads and sales from their business, not just a sort of branding piece or anything that has very cursory value. And here's what I mean. So instead of them using a terrible website like this as their link in bio on Instagram, which is obviously not going to get them any sales, and again, a lot of these businesses, they have terrible websites, you're going to give them instead a mobile optimized, streamlined link in bio experience. You've probably seen these kinds of micro websites whenever you've clicked on a bio for someone who knows what they're doing. And so these are really, really easy to make for you, but are super valuable because they cut through all the noise and they let the person do what they came here to do, which is probably schedule an appointment. Here's an example for a doctor. Here's an example for a collision body shop. Again, you can make these for any business and they're just so much cleaner and more streamlined, especially on a mobile phone, for this kind of experience. So that's the first thing you're going to be doing for them. You're going to be giving them these, and I'll show you how incredibly easy these are to make. It's all templated for you. The next thing is you want to have them be able to engage with their clients automatically when someone's interested. So the way this is going to work is the system is going to be looking for a keyword, and this keyword is what's going to trigger a comment back. So for example, you would have to tell your client to say, hey, comment book, and I'll DM you with the details on how to book your appointment. Or you could say comment guide and I'll send you the guide. There's so many different ways of doing it. And so when they say that keyword, and you've probably seen this online before and been wondering how do people do this on Instagram, but so say it's book, then automatically your system will send them a comment, and not only will they reply to the comment, but they will actually get a DM from you with further instructions. Now, this is crucial because Instagram does not have links in comments. So if you want them to be able to book directly, that's why your bot is going to be messaging them with a link, because in the DMs, you can have links. So that's why this system is so powerful, because it takes Instagram comments from something that's just a nice to have and it's a nice feeling when people are replying. Maybe they'll go do something, maybe they won't, to an actual direct response marketing channel. Lastly, taking it one level further, if you want to sell an advanced automation, I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to set up not just the bot that sends them the information, but if they have questions, that's going to intelligently answer all of their questions. I'm talking about an AI agent, essentially an AI employee that you can easily set up for your customers that doesn't sleep, doesn't call in sick, nothing. And all you're gonna have to do is train it on their website. Just give the link to their website, maybe some training documentation, and in a few seconds you have a fully functioning AI bot. So it's gonna be super easy for you, but incredibly valuable for them. So from their perspective, they're not just buying a bunch of tools or doing some marketing fluff. They're buying a real system to stop the bleeding and actually get something out of all the effort they're putting into Instagram. So this is an easy yes for them, especially for what you're going to be pricing this at. Now, in the next section, I'm going to show you how to set all of this up using a tool called HighLevel. And even if you've never set anything up like this before, don't worry, it's going to be super easy. As I said, I'm giving you all the templates. Literally anyone can do this. So there are two reasons why we're specifically using this tool HighLevel. The first is it gives us all the tools we need to do all of this, from the CRM and funnels and the websites and the automations and everything. So from a technical standpoint, it gives us all the features we need to actually build these automations for our clients. But that's not the most compelling reason why we're using it, because there are other ways of obviously building automations. The reason we're using it is because of HighLevel's very unique feature called sub-accounts. Basically, you as the high-level account holder or agency level owner can make separate high-level instances for each of your clients. So you can literally launch multiple instances of HighLevel, and all of those high-level instances are sub-accounts to your main account. So you control those accounts and you can even log into all of them directly. So that's the main reason, because how else are you going to be able to deploy these automations for your customers and manage all these customers? And with HighLevel, it's really easy. But what takes it over the top is the pricing. So for just $97 a month, when you first get started, you actually get 3 sub-accounts. So you would have 1 sub-account for your own business, and then you can get up to 2 more clients on the same plan. So once you get those 2 clients, then the account basically pays for it and then some. And in fact, it pays for the $297 plan, which is where all the fun starts, because with the $297 plan, you get unlimited sub-accounts for $297. So you could have 100 clients using HighLevel as sub accounts, and you're still only paying $300 a month, which is insane. So now you're not just building these automations for them, they're getting all of these features in addition to all the automations for whatever you're charging. So it just becomes a no-brainer, and it's an amazing way to scale. And so you can continue to grow with no additional cost for you, which is an amazing way to scale your revenue. So just click the link below and you can get an extended 30-day trial of HighLevel when you use my link. And as a personal bonus to you, I'll be giving you the automation I showed you completely free along with it when you sign up for HighLevel. And you're also, of course, going to be getting all of the Instagram automations I'm about to show you. So when you sign up, you'll get an instant email with access to everything. So once you've signed up for HighLevel, here's how easy it is to create those link in bio sites I told you about. Just go to websites, new websites, from templates, continue, and then in search for template, type the word link. And you'll see all of the different niches you can make this for right here. So let's see, this one right here is for a fine dining restaurant. And you can preview it easily. You can go to continue. And it's gonna set up a template for you in a few seconds. And then you can easily customize this for each of your clients. You're just clicking and dragging and dropping. It's super easy. You can basically play with Microsoft Word. You can change anything here. So essentially the plan here then would be you would make these for your clients, but you're also going to strategically use these as a bonus tip here to pitch your client. Because what you're going to do is you can email your clients or you can DM them and say, hey, I made you a better experience that's going to get you way more leads. Would you like me to show it to you? And they're going to be like, yeah, okay, show me. And you can qualify them more than that as well. And only make this if they say, show me. But you could literally put this together for your clients in 5 minutes for your pitches, right? So just change the name of the company or the establishment, change the photo. But because all niches are more likely the same, like most dentist sites gonna look the same, you can customize this for them in like 2 minutes, and you could send it along to them and say, hey, here's what I've built for you. And what's awesome is you see all this stuff like make a reservation, order takeout, all the options will be different. But because HighLevel actually has all of those features, that's beyond the scope of this video, but you actually have everything built in to do call tracking, you can do calendars, you can actually do the email follow-ups, everything. So your client will be able to do all of that within HighLevel and actually connect things to those portals if you want to have something more advanced. Again, it's optional, but you know, it gives the client a lot of power here because everything is built in. So these buttons here, you can make them whatever you'd like, and you can actually connect them because you have all the tools. If they want to book a reservation, you could have a calendar pop up, and the calendar is built into HighLevel, and that's actually going to work. So that's the first half of our lead generation system. We'd be giving our clients that nice, sleek, mobile optimized link in bio page. And then the next thing is, of course, we want to do all the Instagram automation. So you would have gotten a link to my snapshots, and when you just click on them, they'll import in right away. Then what you're going to want to do is go to sub accounts here and create a sub account for each of your clients that you're going to be onboarding. Then you would just load the snapshot into that sub account. Go manage client, and you would go load snapshot, and you would load it in. Then once you've loaded it in, it'll be in their account, and here's where you can just customize it for them. All you're doing is a few tweaks. I'll explain how this works. So you'll see on here what this is doing is it's listening for a comment just like you saw. And everything here is pre-configured for you. All you need to do is change the client's details. So what is their Instagram page? After you connect their Instagram, then their page will pop up. Then what is the post type? Of course, I've left it on published because you don't want to do this on drafts. That'd be strange. And then here's the most important part, contains phrase, book. So in the example I showed you, when someone says book, this is what triggers the automation. But you could change this phrase to whatever you want, and you could have more than one. You could have like 5 of these, because if they want different phrases, for example, if they wanted to set up multiple things, like one for booking, one for a free guide, then you could have one that says guide. Whatever you want, you can just easily clone this workflow and have as many as you want for each client. And then what's going to happen is they're going to get a generic comment. And I've written some examples here, but you could write whatever you want. You can make it more personalized. And it just says, hey, thanks for showing interest. Check your DM, right? It's just acknowledging the comment, which is good. And then what happens is our bot is then going to send out a message. So it says, hi, I'm happy to get you booked in for an appointment. Again, this is just an example, but depending on the context of what you're actually automating, this is an example of, let's just say it was someone looking for an appointment. I'm happy to get you booked in for an appointment. Please book your appointment here. And you would put in the information, whatever their process is for booking appointments. So just add their actual process in here, whether there's like a calendar link that they use, whether they need to call a phone number, whatever it is, add that system in here, of course. And then, like I showed you already, when someone then comments that, they are going to automatically get that message. And so you can see that's what that message looks like when that happens. Now, how did I do this part? As you saw, you can see that I've actually replied to this DM, let's say, as the person here. How did we do this where we're actually going to send them more information? And just so you know, I could have a complete conversation with this, and I'll do it right now for you. Let's say I'm typing on my phone right now live. Like, look at this. This is a real question. Like, how much does your services cost? Sure, I didn't give it my name yet. So I'm like, oh, my name is Kevin. And so you can see there, right, where it's just having a conversation with me with the information it has from my website. And so we could go on and on, right? But pricing depends on your needs, but new automation builds start at 1,000. So this is talking about my AI automation services, right? But it knows that because I actually trained this AI agent on my website and my documentation. And don't worry, it's super easy to do this. You're just gonna go to AI agents, and we're gonna go to conversation AI, and we can just train this bot on their website. We don't have to do anything. We just need to go to bot training here. And you can see here, web crawler, 49 links, and an FAQ, one FAQ. All you need to do, like here, is drop in a website, and you can see it scraped 49 links right there, and it just reads all of the web page and learns everything about it. And you could even just give it an FAQ, so you could add like questions and answers if they want very specific answers, and you could even paste in documents. So basically you just give it the information that the customer already has, and 99% of the time that's just scanning the website. It takes 5 seconds to do that, like to just one click of a button, basically paste the URL in, hit train, and then it's going to start training itself on that. And again, you can customize it if you want to give it some very specific questions and answers. And then after that, you can just enable it on Instagram by going here. You see here, Instagram, and that bot then works right within Instagram. So here's how you're going to be giving them a complete system to turn their Instagram traffic into sales. And not only that, they're also going to be able to use all of the other tools within HighLevel, like automated reputation management for Google and Facebook, so they can automatically reply to reviews and manage all of that. They get all the email automation, calendars, everything in HighLevel. They're getting that as well. So this obviously is creating an immense amount of value for them. So how much could you actually charge? Well, generously, you could charge just $300 a month. And again, you would be giving them a steal. I mean, easily you could charge $500 a month for all of this, because again, they're not just getting the Instagram automation, they're getting all of these tools with it. But I would suggest you start at $300 a month, because then that just makes it a no-brainer for them. Then you could enable the AI version with the AI bot, the AI employee, for $400 or $500 a month. But being conservative, even if you were charging $300 a month, with just 15 clients, you'd be making $4,500. And again, your workload for these clients would be simply setting up that bio site one time, which again is not even a website. It's a 10-minute job to change that template around, and setting up the automations again are maybe another 5 minutes in order to just change the keywords to the ones they want to use. And then if you want to add in the AI bot, that might take you maybe half an hour to customize and get all their materials. But once you've set all of that up, you're making $300 to $500 per client for just a couple of hours of work, and then you really don't have to do anything after that. as it will all run by itself. And then you would just clone these same automations for your other clients. So start with dentists, you could rinse and repeat for all the dentists in your cities, then you could move on to lawyers, then you could move on to plumbers, whatever you'd like. You can just run the same playbook and deploy multiple instances of high level for all of them, because on the $297 plan, all of those additional accounts don't cost anything more. And if you start with a $97 plan, once you get even one client at $300 or $400, now you're ready to upgrade and you've already covered your costs. And lastly, if you're wondering if this is actually going to work for you, well, the good news is there's absolutely zero risk for you, because you get to try this completely free for 30 days. You're getting all my templates, and with my link, you're getting high level for 30 days for free. So give it a shot. If it doesn't work, no worries, you didn't lose anything. But if it does, you've just unlocked a business that you can scale to hundreds of clients. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button, and consider subscribing to the channel for more content just like this. And comment down below with which niche you're gonna try this with first. Now, if you wanna watch that video on how to use the 100% automated lead system, check out this video right here. And if you want an in-depth high-level tutorial, check out this video right here. I'll see you in those videos.